Hi everyone, welcome to Friday, and it's the 21st of June. Great to have you with us as we check all the main news stories whipping around Thailand. A couple of stories dominating today. We'll go through those in detail. I think the theme is police, perhaps even police behaving badly. So let's get into it. We start with thaipbs.com. Traffic police transferred for allegedly demanding bribe from Japanese YouTuber, and a traffic officer suspected of having demanded money from a Japanese national has been transferred to an inactive post, as they do. At Tarawa police station, a complaint's been filed against the officer for the solicitation of a bribe. Now, they just need to change the suspected of having demanded money to caught red-handed. The next paragraph, the incident believed to have taken place several years ago recently came to light when a video clip of the encounter was posted on Thai social media. And yes, we'll check out that video in just a moment, posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, I think I meant to say. The story also covered in calsodenglish.com, COPS 2019. Yes, this did happen back in 2019. Exactly why it's come to light at this stage, not sure. 2019 bribery of Japanese driver in viral video sparks outcry. Probe. And the video clip's been posted on Red Skull Triple X account on the X application. It shows an incident where a Thai traffic police officer fined a Japanese man driving in Bangkok 500 baht. And the officer wrote the ticket and told the Japanese man to put the money under the ticket, saying, under paper, before taking the money. The clip's been viewed over 1 million times, and many people have written comments criticising it. Now, I think the interesting thing on this post is that, one, it was posted by a Japanese tourist. Secondly, it's very clear exactly what is happening. Things are being recorded. You can hear it. You can see it very obviously. And if you can't, well, the YouTuber has made it even more obvious for you. A lot of you are going to say, well, this happens every single day of the week. The Thai police are not paid enough, and that encourages corruption. I mean, even here in Thailand, we'll get stopped routinely around about 11 a.m. in the morning. People do get stopped not wearing a helmet, just checking on licenses. Oh, why aren't you carrying your Thai driver's license, etc.? I mean, it happens everywhere around Thailand. This, I think, is just a very blatant example of it. It was found that the police officer in the video is a police sub-lieutenant under the 1st Traffic Police Subdivision, and the incident occurred back in 2019 when the police officer held the rank of police sergeant. And as you'd expect, however, if it's found that this police officer has defective behaviour in dereliction of duty, as shown in the clip, the traffic police of the Traffic Police Division will gather evidence to proceed with legal action. Now, I don't really know if they're going to hang this guy out to dry. I'm not sure if there's going to be any follow-up on this story, apart from we'll look into it. But let's check the clip out. So the incident starts with the police officer pulling him over. It could be anywhere in Bangkok underneath one of the sky trains. And let's just check your license, sir. Yes, that's an international driver's permit. What's this fine for? Oh, well, you know, we've just decided to pull you over and fine you 500 baht for no particular reason. So just gets his wallet out. Hang on, before you do that, you just need to pay it down here. Thank you very much. Well, here's the money. Oh, no. You've got to just hand it down to me under the sill of the window. We don't want people to see you handing the money to me. Just a few questions about the fine. Yeah, look, let's just get this sorted out, mate. So yeah, you've got to put the money underneath the fine, hand it back to me, okay? Yeah, just there we go. And back to me, just like that. There we go, all done. And so we just sign it off. So thank you very much. Nice to see you, officer. Don't think either of them speak native English. And then, of course, he was driving off trying to figure out exactly what happened. And then the driver drove away, remarking, "This only happens in Thailand, definitely not in Japan." The driver was a famous YouTuber exploring Thailand for his channel. And the officer said he did not remember much about the incident and requested more time to review the details. So it's going to be interesting to follow how that tracks through Thai social media. But a lot of people were shocked and surprised about the behaviour of this particular policeman. But it doesn't get much more blatant than that. All right, another policeman behaving badly. And this reported in Calcite English on their Facebook page. Breaking: the Prime Minister yesterday afternoon signs an order to reinstate Police General Torsak as the National Police Chief after he was cleared of corruption allegations. Meanwhile, the Deputy Police Chief, Police General Surachate Hakparn, aka Big Joke, will still have to be investigated for his ethics. So there was always going to be one winner and one loser in this investigation. Let's try and find out the latest. And as reported in the BangkokPost.com, Police Chief Torsak, reinstated, says Wisanu. Now, that refers to Wisanu Kriyanam. He was a Deputy Prime Minister in the last government. He was also a Minister in the Thaksin government. He's been long regarded as a bit of a financial czar, and he's currently a legal spokesman and assistant to the Prime Minister. And Torsak's been reinstated as the National Police Chief following the completion of an investigation into a much publicised conflict. And the Prime Minister established a fact-finding committee a few months ago to look into the conflict between the police chief and his deputy. The 4-month investigation confirmed conflicts and disorder within the Royal Thai Police at all levels, but it was unclear whether these issues stemmed from a single cause or multiple sources. And the findings indicated that both the police chief and his deputy were involved, each having team members contributing to the conflicts. And there's a list of the 4 issues that appear to be at the heart of this conflict between the two men. And there have been reports suggesting that Police General Surachate could be charged with money laundering in connection with online gambling networks. So once the darling of the Royal Thai Police, Surachate Hakparn, the poster boy that got things done, he was also once the head of immigration. Sounds like I'm doing an obituary for him, but I think he is going to be hung out to dry, and there couldn't be 2 winners in this investigation. Both of them vying for the top job last October, and Torsak would be retiring this October from the other top job, and Surachate would have expected that he'd be the next in line, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And with thanks to our 2 sponsors, 5-Star Marine at 5starmarinephuket.com, also Beach House Thailand. Now, there's links in the description to both those businesses. Yes, I am the owner of Beach House Thailand. I think everybody knows that. Now, as far as 5-Star Marine's concerned, they are fully booked at the moment. In fact, Sean and a few of the boats are over in Krabi working on a special project. I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it. Jurassic Park. But they'll be having a bit of a wet old day today. They're booked out in June, but bookings are still available in July and August. Okay, on to our next story, away from police. And we're moving into, well, economic matters. Thailand's facing a surge in factory closures, with 561 factories shutting down this year, primarily in the steel and metal industries. And the Federation of Thai Industry is warning that if production costs, including energy, transportation, and interest rates remain high, more closures are likely. According to data from the Department of Industrial Works, there was 561 factories closed between January and May. These include 12 plastics factories, 11 metal factories, and 8 wood processing factories. And data shows that 678 factories closed in 2021. There was nearly 1,000 in 2022 and 1,337 in 2023, an increase of 60% from 2022. So just adding to what's a long list of bad economic news for Thailand at the moment. Now, as a result of the Senate voting for the changes to the Marriage Act the other day, which will allow for same-sex marriage in Thailand, there's obviously a bit of a follow-up that's needed. And the Bangkok Post reporting rules on gender status and identity to change. And state agencies are preparing to amend regulations and measures related to people's gender and marital status after the Marriage Equality Bill was passed by the Senate on Tuesday. And as we reported, Thailand's the first country in Southeast Asia and just the third in Asia after Taiwan and Nepal to recognise same-sex marriage after the Senate approved the bill, and it will take effect within 120 days of being published in the Royal Gazette. And the iLaw Club are saying the changes will include how people identify in terms of gender and the use of honorifics. And the BMA is already preparing new marriage registration forms. Measures related to medical expenses and financial benefits for the 80,000 employees under the BMA are also to be changed. And the Department of Health Services Support are going to have to amend the Protection of a Child Born by Medically Assisted Reproductive Technology Act. And the bill will also focus on surrogacy and subordinate legislation, including changing gender-specific terms like husband and wife to the gender-neutral spouse, and the requirements and measures for LGBTQ plus couples regarding surrogacy are similar to those set for heterosexual couples. But Dr. Sura said the amended bill would, however, require that only Thai nationals can request surrogacy. If one of the marriage partners is not Thai, the couple must prove they tied the knot at least 3 years earlier. So quite a few changes that people are going to have to get their head around, including quite a few Thai departments. To this story, and we go to the PathiaNews.com, 74-year-old farmer in Pattaya loses over 3.2 million baht to call centre scam. Now, he's not the first, he certainly won't be the last, but I am reading this as a cautionary tale to remind us how careful we just have to be online these days. Now, I've been caught up in a scam myself over the past few weeks, and I've lost some 20 or 25,000 baht, and I'll tell you all about that in tomorrow's live program. Yes, that's the live program between 9 and 10 Thai time. Join in. To this story, a 74-year-old Thai farmer has lost 3.2 million baht, his entire life savings, to a call centre scam. This all happened back on June the 12th. The man pretended to be an officer from the Department of Special Investigations. The caller informed Mr. Thongchai that he was involved in money laundering, which he was not, and demanded that he transfer money to their account for inspection. The scammer, who used a fake profile picture of a police officer online, threatened Mr. Thongchai on the Line application, stating that if he did not comply with their demand, his bank account would be frozen. In a state of panic, Mr. Thongchai withdrew his entire life savings, valued at 3.2 million baht, and transferred the funds to an account provided by the scammer. After realising that he'd been scammed, Mr. Thongchai contacted the Nong Pru police. The scammer even attempted to contact him again during the reporting process, ordering him to transfer the remaining funds of his account. And police are reportedly investigating the situation as of press time. So as we know, there's really not much that can be done in a lot of these cases. These scammers are pretty smart. And there are a lot of them, and there's no end of scams. I mean, I suppose just going through social media each day, I'll see, 10 or 20 posts that I think look pretty dodgy, and some people fall for them. But I'll discuss my own particular scam, not me, somebody else scamming me, in tomorrow's live program. That'll be between 9 and 10 a.m. Thai time. On Sunday, of course, we've got Grumpy Old Men with Steve Ross. In the meantime, have a fantastic Friday. Hopefully you're a bit more up to date with some of the main stories around Thailand, and we'll see you tomorrow.